win this one.
Comeback pattern caught. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Now, sports on a Sunday morning on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Welcome to the show. We are live on KMOX. We're on YouTube. We are on Twitter. We're on Twitch. We're Sports on a Sunday morning. We're from the Stiefel Sports Studio. I'm Tom Ackerman. Our producer is Drew Young. We have a 1-hour show as the Chiefs take on the Houston Texans on the road. We have an 11 o'clock pregame. Right now, Argentina up 2-0 on France. Lionel Messi scored on a penalty, and that, my friends, made him the all-time scorer in World Cup history, I do believe. It is indeed the case. And not only that, but he is chasing down his first ever World Cup title. And, you know, you feel pretty good for him at this point. There is still a ways to go. But it is 2-0 with another half of soccer to be played. And I got to think that, you know, with history made today, it's always great for the sport. Now, if France had won, and they may well do that, as this match is played in Qatar and is about to get going here in this iconic venue at this point. It is, you know, really all of the venues are, but it's been, I think, a pretty great World Cup from that standpoint of these two countries playing, I should say, going head to head. So anyway, I think it's a lot of fun to see Messi do his thing, to see Mbappe on the other side try to make something of this second half of soccer. So here we go. As they get started, we'll keep an eye on that for you. We also have a lot to do here in this hour. College basketball, SLU, Mizzou, and Illinois all win, all in different ways. SLU wins its game 83-75 last night at Chaifetz Arena. They were down by 9 in the second half to Drake and came back and won it. And really impressive how they did this. SLU has a team that I think has yet to play a great basketball game. Last night, they did play a very good winning game, but they haven't put it all together yet for 40 minutes. And that's been the thing. I think that it's been, you know, a pretty good team. That's not what they want to be. They want to be an A-10 champion and an NCAA tournament team and a top 25 team. And we touted them pretty heavily throughout. We're going to talk to the head coach, Travis Ford, here at 10:30. And, you know, I think he'll agree that this team has not given everything just yet, but last night it was impressive how they were able to turn it on in the final 8 minutes and close the door. So it is, I think, a very exciting time to be a college basketball fan in this area because Mizzou is better. They got blown out by Kansas, but they won their game on a buzzer beater by DeAndre Golston. That came in Sunrise, Florida against Central Florida. He scoops up the ball at midcourt as Hodge is falling to the floor. He somehow, as he's slipping, is able to push it off to his left from his left hand, kind of rolls it over to Golston, who picks it up and knocks down a 35-footer off the backboard, and Mizzou wins the game in that fashion, 68-66. Man, that's magical stuff against a team that they were favored to beat, not by much, about 1.5 points. They were up by 14. They blew it, but they found a way to win the game. They play Illinois on Thursday in the bragging rights game, and I think it's going to get interesting. I think for a while there you saw Illinois just looking like a top 10 basketball team, and they probably will steamroll Mizzou at Enterprise Center. Those are two different teams, as Mizzou had played a soft schedule, and Illinois was playing a gauntlet. I don't think that way now. I think that Mizzou, even though it got blown out by Kansas, has a team that feels pretty good about itself. I think it has some talent. I think Illinois is much more talented. Something is not right with Illinois right now. You can just tell. They don't seem right. I mean, they beat Alabama A&M yesterday, 68-47. Pretty easy win for them. It should have been, but it wasn't really. I mean, Illinois was up by a point with 10:54 to go. They didn't seem like themselves, and they haven't. They got beat pretty bad by Penn State a week ago at home, and now they win this game, but it just doesn't feel like the Illinois team that we thought we were going to see. They're ranked 18th in the country. I wonder what they'll be when they play Mizzou, and I wonder how close that game will be. I think it's a great test for Illinois to prove the naysayers wrong, that they are a solid Big Ten team, but something's going on there that just doesn't feel, or the body language isn't right. The guys don't look all that happy. I don't know. Maybe it's just, going through a tough spot right now. But Illinois and Mizzou is always a good barometer for both programs. Can Mizzou find a way to win that game? And can Illinois do what it should do, is win that game? And then you have SLU, and we'll talk to Travis Ford about it here at 10:30, which is going to have a very tough A10 trek, and they're probably going to have to win the A10 unless they can, convince people otherwise. They had some chances here in the at-large to steal some wins, and outside of a couple of them, they really didn't do that. I mean, the Drake game yesterday was a very nice win, but you know what I mean? I mean, they had some chances against Maryland and, some others where even here recently, Boise State, that loss doesn't sit very well. So they've got to find a way to get those. College basketball, just a couple of games of note. Kansas just crushes my alma mater, Indiana. Indiana's not in that neighborhood right now. Kansas is an elite team, and they beat them by 22 points. IU really got to figure it out. I think looking at top 25, the number one team in the nation is Purdue. Beat Davidson, did what they had to do, won it by 8 in Indianapolis. They are right now the number one team in the country. I think it's debatable who is the best team in the country. Virginia, the number 2 team, lost to Houston 69-61. Houston's number 5 could very well be the best one. We'll see. I think a team that will be there in the end to deal with is Gonzaga. Gonzaga beat Alabama, the 4th-ranked team in the country, 100-90. That game was in Birmingham. That's a very impressive win for Gonzaga. They're going to try to pick up the pieces and be better. I think a team that everyone's sort of skipped over is UConn. They're back. They're number 3 in the country. They pounded Butler on the road, 68-46. That game was in Indy. I think a team to watch. I watched them last weekend in Vegas, Arizona, man. I mean, look out. That team is big and fast and strong, and they can shoot. They beat Tennessee, the 6th-ranked team in the nation, 75-70. Arizona's number 9. That looked like a Final Four team to me. Arkansas beat Bradley 76-57. UCLA over Kentucky 60-53. If I'm a Kentucky fan, I would not panic. This team is playing in December. They're usually playing March basketball by March, but they have some work to do for sure. UCLA is much better than 16. Beat them by 10, 63-53. Ohio State loses to North Carolina. There's the team that everyone dropped off the radar. Remember, they were number 1 in the country. Now they're unranked because they had lost 4 in a row. They beat Ohio State in overtime, 89-84. Nance hit a shot at the buzzer to send it to overtime, and then they beat the Buckeyes 89-84 at Madison Square Garden. Pretty cool game to watch there. So it was a very exciting day of college basketball for sure. A great day for soccer. Argentina leads France 2-0 in the World Cup final. For Cubs fans, they're all excited. Dansby Swanson, 7 years, 177 to be their shortstop. We will, look at that and say, man, did the Cubs overpay? I mean, oh my goodness. What are they doing? They're spending all this money. That's so much money for Dansby Swanson. Well, money's being thrown around in a major way right now in baseball. I mean, there are players making $5 million a year that, hit 160, more than that actually. So, there's just a lot of money in the game right now, and you shouldn't be surprised. And look, the Cubs, I mean, they got a good player. Dansby Swanson's an all-star shortstop. He can hit. He's a very good fielder. He's a Gold Glover. Good player. He's, they're exciting signing. And the Cardinals have an overall better team than the Cubs, so I wouldn't worry about it. In fact, they have a shortstop who gives you great value in Tommy Edman, who, by the way, has won a Gold Glove, and he can hit too. So the Cardinals are doing just fine in that category. I think that overall, you look at their team, and if you were to say this is the team going into 2023, they're missing some pieces. Their rotation is not as good as some of the others in the NL. Their bullpen probably could use a little more horsepower on the back end. They do have some depth, but they're lacking that one more star in that pitching staff, and we'll see if they can acquire it. I think from a hitting standpoint, it's a pretty good team. I mean, I don't know if they'll go out and get another bat. I think their concentration should be pitching. They got Wilson Contreras. They killed 3 birds with one stone there. They got the catcher. They got a DH if they need it. and they got a middle of the order bat. So that's good. But there is more to acquire, and we'll see what the Cardinals end up doing here in the next couple of months. There's plenty of time. It's December 18th, and the season doesn't start for over 3 months. They can even make a move in spring training if they have to. So they'll look over all of it. I do, however, get a little concerned when I see these teams in the National League get better and better. Phillies get Trey Turner. The Padres get Xander Bogaerts. The Dodgers got JD Martinez yesterday, including all the other things that they continue to own and have, and they're really good. We all know that. The Giants, they make their move for Carlos Correa. The Mets get everybody, it seems. They go after everybody, and they've got a very nice rotation. They've grabbed their rotation looks great. The Yankees got Rodon, but don't worry about that. He's in the American League now. But worry about the National League. National League's loaded. NL Central, not so much. You can win this division, but the National League has some serious horsepower, to use that word a second time. And the Cardinals, you want them to get there. The Cardinals are good. They're a team that can definitely win in the 90s somewhere. But if you want to avoid that first round, that wild card round, you probably have to get to 100 wins or close to it. And we'll see if they can do that by making an extra move or two. I wouldn't give up on them just yet. I know you haven't. I'm just saying, don't freak out just yet, just because the Cubs signed Dansby Swanson. I mean, the Cardinals aren't going to get him for that amount of money. They already have Donovan and Edman, not to mention Mason Wynn on the way. So they'll be all right. We'll take a quick timeout now. St. Louis needs you for sure when it comes to poverty in this area. There is a dire need, and I want to direct your attention to that, and then we're going to steer it back to Travis Ford, the head coach of the Billikens. We'll come back and have the story of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis and Michael McMillan. I think when you hear about what is happening in our area, it takes your breath away. That's next. Sports on a Sunday morning, 10:19 on KMOX.
Royal Banks of Missouri is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks brings in experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC, and equal opportunity lender. Looking for a new home or to refinance your current mortgage? Royal Banks of Missouri wants to be your home buying partner. With a local staff that will guide you through the process, Royal Banks is an experienced mortgage lender that you can trust. There's still time to lock in on a low rate. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, where better service means better banking. Member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Are boomers more cringy than millennials? Is Gen Z more woke than Gen X? Is there any hope of bridging our generational divides? Odyssey's new podcast, It's Generational, brings together actual people from these 4 generations for real conversations about today's issues. I'm Lauren Barry, and I'm inviting you to join our mission to dump stereotypes in the trash and really understand each other.
I think these conversations just foretell such a better, richer emotional vocabulary for talking about these things.
Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Michael Scully. Happy holidays from all of us at PNC. As we wrap up this year, I want to give special thanks to Carol Daniel and guests featured on PNC C-Speak, the language of executives. Our St. Louis business community is a wealth of knowledge. By sharing their insights, we hope you're able to take your business to new heights. From the very start, PNC C-Speak's goal has been to help the business community lift all boats. Reflecting back on this year's podcast, I'm struck by how much we've accomplished. Jason Hall with Greater St. Louis Inc., Dr. Stacy Hollins at the Minority Entrepreneurial Center at Harris Stowe, and Maxine Clark at the Delmar Divine are all changing our business landscape in positive and more inclusive ways. Catch up on any podcast you may have missed at KMOX.com/PNC C-Speak. On behalf of the C-Speak team and everyone at PNC, I want to encourage you to appreciate your own 2022 accomplishments while enjoying a joyful holiday season.
JRS season is now upon us, and scientists tell us it may be the biggest JRS ever.
Junk reproductive season.
This year, it's even spreading to the Christmas trees.
Is it going to be enough to slow down the magic?
Sarah, nothing can slow down the magic of 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
I knew that. I was just pulling your leg.
We make junk disappear.
All you have to do is point.
And that includes Christmas trees. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
So delicious in every bite. Dad's cookies, they taste so right.
Dad's cookies go mighty fast this time of year, so stock up next time you're shopping. And for an easy and unique gift for out-of-town family and friends, give them the sweet taste of a St. Louis tradition by ordering at dadscookies.com.
The taste made just for you.
And in stores everywhere.
Dad's Cookies.
dadscookies.com.
For a limited time only, First Community is offering a certificate of deposit that pays 5% annual percentage yield. Choose a 36-month or 60-month term. $500 minimum deposit. Call 1-800-767-8880 for terms and conditions. Federally insured by NCUA.
End zone, got her!
Big fly, Nolan Arenado.
Driving jam time! The Pelicans win this one. Touchdown! Kansas City!
Welcome back to Sports on a Sunday morning on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Welcome back. Tom Ackerman with you. We are with the president and CEO of the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, Michael McMillan. Another successful drive. We are giving goods, food to those in need here on this Saturday.
Absolutely. We're very grateful to all of our donors, partners, staff, and volunteers for once again giving us the ability to give away over $150,000 worth of food, toiletries, masks, gloves, sanitizer, wipes, home COVID test, and a variety of other resources to the community because, quite frankly, the need is still overwhelming. 2,500 people will be served today just with this drive-through. And then we also have another 500 families we're helping with 100 neediest cases, then our Head Start families and some seniors and churches. And we'll serve 3,500 people total in the month of December for the Christmas holidays alone to the tune of about $250,000 in items.
It's a reminder to people that not only in this time of year do people need help, but throughout the year. Just to illustrate how dire this is, the first person in line got in line at 3:30 this morning. Think about that. It's 25 degrees. It's cold. Their car is running to keep themselves warm just to receive 2 boxes of goods from the Urban League of Metropolitan St. Louis, in addition to the other items that you mentioned.
Anytime that a person sits for 8.5 hours to wait for items so that they can have the type of holiday season and Christmas that many of us take for granted shows you that the commitment and the need is overwhelming. And we're very glad that, quite frankly, COVID is not what it was, and that we're able to get back to a sense of normality, but there's still poverty, there's still need, there's still unemployment, there are still seniors and disabled that are greatly in need of our help. And so the Urban League is always going to try to stand in between those people that desperately need help and them having nothing.
By the way, we slid them a couple of Schnucks gift cards to make sure they also received $100 in Schnucks markets, and thanks to them. I know that you get a lot of assistance from organizations around the area, including our work with the Ascension Charity Classic, but what can people do to learn more about the Urban League?
Well, please go to our website at ulstl.com, and anyone that wants to come volunteer can be a volunteer for any number of our programs. And we, quite frankly, obviously always need donations. Anyone could go to ulstl.com and donate any amount. We have people, quite frankly, during this time of year that donate $5 on up to $1,000 or $10,000. And every single gift is important, needed, and goes to an immediate use, especially during the holiday season.
Right here on Kings Highway at the Urban League headquarters with Michael McMillan. Thank you for being with us.
No, thank you. Thanks for always being willing to give of your time, your talent, your treasure. Thank you for the partnership with the station, and we look forward to a great and amazing 2023.
Hear, hear. Let's do that. Sports on a Sunday morning on KMOX continues right after this.
Last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of phone calls for second opinions, which they turned out very good for
the homeowners in St. Louis and Illinois. And let me tell you why. The majority of people, overwhelming majority of people, let's just say if I had 50 people call and they were told their furnace was bad, I think maybe like 2-3 people had a bad furnace. Keep calling. Don't panic. You have time. We can get to you. If you're without heat and you are told that you need a furnace, don't worry, don't fret, don't overspend. Don't make a spur of the moment decision because of the weather. Worst thing in the world any of us can do as buyers is make a decision that fast. Call me. It's one easy number. Missouri and Illinois. 314-293-2600 or BartInman.com. It's Bart with a B, Inman with an I.com.
Need to sell your home, but not willing to play the wait and see game? This is Debbie Monterey with Gloria Liu with your home sold guaranteed realty. With Gloria Liu, you have seller options to choose from, including a no obligation cash offer from one of Gloria Liu's cash buyers. It's simple, straightforward, and in many cases, you can receive a cash offer in less than 24 hours. No more wait and see game. And you can even pick the closing date. With Gloria Liu and her cash offer program, you are always in control. Not ready for the cash offer? No problem. Gloria Liu has a guaranteed sold program that states Gloria will sell your home at your agreed to price and time frame, or she will buy it herself, guaranteed in writing. Gloria has solutions and options for every seller. So call today and ask about Gloria's no obligation cash offer program or the guaranteed sold program, 314-325-6888, or online at gloriahasthebuyers.com. Conditions apply. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Well, if you're looking for the perfect holiday gift this season, St. Louis sports fans, I have a great one for you. This is the gift of golf, the 2023 Ascension Charity Classic presented by Emerson. It's September 5th through the 10th at Norwood Hills Country Club, and here's the deal they have for a limited time for the holiday shoppers. You buy one grounds ticket or one clubhouse ticket, and you get the second one free. One grounds ticket, second grounds ticket free. One clubhouse ticket, second clubhouse ticket free to the Ascension Charity Classic presented by Emerson. That's a great deal. Now, you're talking about some of the biggest names in golf. John Daly, Ernie Els, Bernard Longer, Justin Leonard. Some of these are playing today in the PNC. Steve Stricker. You don't want to miss one of the strongest fields in golf. All tournament proceeds, all of them, benefit local area charities. And last year, over $1 million was donated to charities and communities in need. Michael McMillan, who we just had on the show just a few moments ago, one of the beneficiaries of that with the Urban League. Don't wait. It's a special holiday offer. It's the Ascension Charity Classic. This offer ends in December. So you want to get a great holiday gift. You got plenty of time. Don't worry about it. You got another week until Christmas. It is a very nice gift. AscensionCharityClassic.com. AscensionCharityClassic.com.
KMOX Weekend at your service, sponsored by Air Comfort Service Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, Glover here with my friends at ThrottleNet. These are the genius IT guys that I've been representing for years and years now. We are number one all the time. Best in customer service from Small Business Monthly. Best in cybersecurity, again, Small Business Monthly. We have an average response time. I love this statistic. The average response time in St. Louis in 2020 by IT companies. You have a problem, you reach out to them, hey, I'm all shut down, help me, was 3 hours. If you got back within 3 hours, you were cool. Ours was 1 minute, 57 seconds, and the guys were very unhappy with that. It takes less than 2 minutes for us to address your problems. Here's a huge thing. We are now offering $500,000 in ransom protection to everyone who uses us. This is part of the deal. You don't pay extra for it. So if you happen to be hit and you have to pay, we're going to pay it up to $500,000. Now, this shows you how confident we are because no one under our protection has ever had to pay. Go to throttlenet.com/DGS.
When you need an electrician in a residential situation, commercial, industrial, rely on Reinhold. Reinhold Electric has been around for years, and on behalf of their entire staff and the Reinhold family, we want to wish you happy holidays and happy new year. Need a charging station for your new electric vehicle or an inline generator? Rely on Reinhold. Keep their number handy. If you need them in the future, call 314-631-1158. Online, you'll find them at ReinholdElectric.com.
It's on Gunner.
Big fly, Nolan Arenado.
Driving jam time. And the Pelicans win this one. Touchdown, Kansas! Kansas City.
Welcome back to Sports on a Sunday morning on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
It's 10:31. Our talk with Billikens head coach Travis Ford is sponsored by Royal Banks of Missouri. Last night, Billikens up 74-73 against Drake.
Collins now triggers baseline right. 14 on the shot clock. Bills by one. Held Jimerson again. Looks and lobs it out to Thatch between the circles. Now, Yuri got pushed in the back, but he goes out and gets it. 7 on the shot clock. Here comes Collins.
Downhill.
Gets in deep. Fake left hand. Good. Whistle foul. Count the basket. Whistle foul. Count the basket. Yuri Collins.
Yep. See, people look at the book, Yuri, when he gets downhill like that, he's getting all the way to the right. He went to the left that time and avoided the contact, and that's what got the blocking foul.
The block was underneath.
Yes, and he was in the restricted area
yeah. And Yuri goes to the line. His free throw is good. 77-73, 1 minute left.
Huge moment in the game in which there were many moments, and the Billikens go on to win that one 83-75 over Drake. Joining us is Travis Ford. I just loved that moment, Coach. How are you? Good morning.
Good morning. Doing well. Appreciate you having me on.
Absolutely. When Yuri made that play, I was actually sitting behind that basket with my sixth grade girls basketball team, the Junior Rams. We enjoyed that game immensely last night. And I saw Yuri give a little signal, and I said, here we go. He's going to take this upon himself. And a screen was set, and he took it to the hole and scored. What a moment.
Yeah, no question. We were battling in the second half, trailing most of the second half, just about all the second half. And, under about the 4 or 5 minute mark, he started to make some really big plays. Javon Pickett made a lot of big plays. Fred Thatch. It was a total team effort. I thought offensively we were pretty good most of the night. We were just struggling getting stops. And you got to give Drake credit. They were making some tough threes, some deep threes. And they're a really, really good offensive basketball team. But I just love that, we finally showed some toughness to our team under the 4 or 5 minute mark. And that's something we've been looking for. I don't think we've been playing very tough physically or tough mentally. And really proud of how we finished the game. And obviously you're a big part of that.
Yeah, big part of that, big score there. And the Billikens win this game by 8. They were down by 9 in the second half. I know that one was probably gnawing at you, as well as the halftime score. I want to reel back to the first half. Javonte gets off to a great start. I want to get into that too, because I know that you've had some talks with him, and he looks so confident. And then just your defense, as you mentioned, Drake hit some big shots. They're up by 1 at the break on you suddenly. What can you tell us about that halftime visit with your team?
Yeah, I wasn't very happy at all with our defense. We have 40 points at halftime. That should be enough to give you a minimal 5-7 point lead at home. But we couldn't get stops. And defense has kind of been what's, has been a strength of ours of lately. The defensive numbers have been incredible for us. But, at halftime, I walked in the locker room with our team, and I just started going over stats. I said they're shooting 47%. Obviously, they have 41 points, 47% from the field, 36% from three. They played 9 players. 9 players scored for them. We didn't turn them over one single time. They had 0 turnovers at halftime. I was like, these are just atrocious stats defensively. And it's amazing we're only down 1. Luckily, our offense for the first 10 minutes was really, really good in the first half. The second 10 minutes, but we got back to what's been giving us problems. We've been kind of trying to hit home run plays early in the shot clock and trying to thread a needle, with a pass, trying to force things rather than just let the offense work. We got away from that because I thought we could have scored 50 points in the first half. So I wasn't very happy at all how we ended the half, especially on the defensive end. And then we come out second half, Tom, and kind of do the same thing for the first 7-8 minutes. We just had no toughness to our defense, and that showed in not turning them over. And at about the 8-minute mark in the timeout, I started hearing things that were very positive. A lot of times lately in timeouts, you're hearing we've heard a lot of excuse making. That wasn't my man, or I did block out, or, why did he take me out? At the 8-minute mark, guys started saying that things that were productive that could actually matter in the game. Hey, you've got to screen. Hey, go block out. Hey, we're not going to lose this game. Things that actually mattered when our back was against the wall. We need a little bit more of that. We tend to try to play to our talent rather than play with some toughness and some aggressiveness. And it was good to see that under about the 5-minute mark.
You just have to have it in basketball, don't you? Every single person on that floor and on that bench has to be paying attention and has to be locked in as a group. And you finally saw it in their faces, in their language, in that particular timeout. And I could ask you, what did you do to slow down or neutralize Tucker DeVries, who's a terrific NBA type talent? It probably isn't just one person. It probably is that collective effort that just kind of got them out of their game.
Yeah, overall, we did a terrific job on him. He's one of the better players we've played against this year. He is a tough matchup. He's 6'7". He's big, strong, as you saw, got a big chest on him, and has an unbelievable understanding of the game. It seems like every shot that he puts up feels like it's going in. It's just such a soft shot. But he's one guy that, as we said, we wanted him to feel our presence in every second. He had to know that he was being guarded physically, aggressively, and it did take a lot of different guys. Javon Pickett did a good job. Fred Thatch did an amazing job. TJ Hargrove, I think, is playing really good basketball right now. But our team, we've had our struggles. And a lot, and it comes from the aggressiveness. I think the toughness, aggressive mentality. We have such a laid back mentality. Our team does at times that it really affects us. And we think we're just going to win with talent. We think we're going to win the game on paper. Like just because we have so-and-so, we have so-and-so. Well, nobody cares. Everybody, when that ball's thrown up, everybody's trying to win. And you've got to have, some toughness about you. And it's got to be in form of action, not in form of talking about it, not in form of, oh, we're supposed to do this, we're supposed to do that. You got to go out and make it happen. And again, I saw that under the 5-minute mark. Hopefully we can bottle that up. It's what we've been looking for a very long time. And, it's been a bit of an issue for us.
And you have those role players that can provide that. Hargrove, I nudged my daughter and I said, I love 22. Watch this. He's just got that energy and makes things happen. And, he shouts to the crowd and to his own bench. He just has that little extra that you need. Thatch, of course, has always had that, I think. I love that Okoro ripped down 15 boards. You needed it. You need your big man to handle things on the glass. That's actually your identity, isn't it? At least that's what you're known for around the country. You're a tough rebounding team.
Yeah, that's what we've been since I've been here. And my teams have always played an aggressive, tough, physical style of basketball, rebounding. And this team just, we haven't shown that on a consistent basis at all. And it shows in that we don't turn teams over very much. Now, we've rebounded the ball at a pretty good pace most nights. When we don't play well, you can look at the rebounding and say, oh, that's a problem. So that's an indication of, are we playing the style that we want to play and playing with the mentality that we want to play with? Because it starts with the mental part. The mental part will lead to the physical part. And, that's what we've got to get. We got to bottle up and get on a consistent basis, the tough mental attitude. You go back to TJ Hargrove. You're exactly right. TJ Hargrove plays with passion. TJ Hargrove plays with a personality. Does he make all the right decisions all the time? No, he does not. But I told him the other day, I think he's playing the best basketball since he's been here because we trust him defensively. We trust him on the offensive end. He's running the offense, and we love the personality. And we need that. This team desperately needs that. If we can get that, then we have a chance to be a pretty good team.
You mentioned Javon Pickett right out of the gate, 15.6 rebounds for him. Had a very nice game, regardless of even those numbers. He was even better than that, I thought. And then, two guys I wanted to close with, and that would be, and you can comment on both. First, Gibson Jimerson, the guy graduates in the morning, and then comes out and scores 17 and eclipses the 1,000-point mark. And Javonte Perkins. I mean, you've said this over and over. He's one of the best guys on this team, but you had to visit with him and you had to challenge him, didn't you? At the same time, challenging yourself, I think, as his coach.
Yeah, no question. Sometimes you got to sit back and, I do literally almost every day, multiple times a day, and evaluate your team. You evaluate yourself. And, and I brought Javonte in the first meeting and just told him, first of all, apologize to him. I need to take responsibility for kind of how he's playing. I got to get out of the way of myself sometimes and let him play and let him get through some things. We all know he's not playing the way he is capable and the way he's going to play. And there's a reason for that. It's not his fault. He's had a very tough injury. He's still coming back from that injury. He is healthy, but it's still a process. It's still a confidence thing. And I wasn't building that confidence. I got to build that confidence in him. I told him, I said, Javonte, you do not need to lose confidence. You should have incredible confidence because you know who you are. I understand if you've lost confidence in me because I kind of pull you out too quick. I'm going to gain that confidence back that you can have in me by letting you play through more mistakes, understanding that this is a process. I keep saying it, so I got to believe it. I've got to live it. And you don't be looking over at me when you miss a shot or two because I'm going to let you play. Now, if you're not defending, if you're not rebounding, then yes, we got a problem. So I'm good. I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to start doing that. But here's what I need from you. And we had multiple conversations. Just an amazing young man, just an incredible young man. But I've got to breathe that confidence in him. I've got to do that, and that's something I have not been doing. And hopefully that will help him, help our team. But it's still a process for him, and it's not going to be probably till January or so that he's back closer to the Javonte Perkins that we all know.
Well, the good news is you are expected to play well into March, and that's when it's going to count the most. But right now, all these wins are really important, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Javonte looks like in January, February, and March. There's no doubt about that. You have SIUE on Wednesday night at Chaffetz Arena to wrap up this homestand. Congratulations on last night. I just thought that last night was just a great college basketball game. That was just a great Midwest, heart of America, ice packs after the game on your body kind of basketball game. That was something else.
You sound like you're exactly right. You and I are a lot alike. It's just a good old college basketball game. And, mid-December, two good teams, two solid teams going against each other. Both teams wanting to win extremely bad. Both teams making big plays. You saw good scoring, a lot of good scoring, a lot of big plays. We had a great crowd last night. I can't say enough about our fans and to support our guys. I know we've struggled here lately and let a few fall, but they still came out last night and supported our guys, supported the Billikens, and that goes a long, long way. We want to win every game, no doubt about it. There's nobody hurting more in that locker room than our players and coaches when we don't perform the way we want to. But it matters. It matters when you show up to a game and, gosh, there's 9,000 people in there screaming for the Billikens, and it really, really is what it's all about. And we greatly appreciate the support.
Well, thank you very much. And we had a great time last night. I will talk to my girls in practice tomorrow about what they saw last night. That's for sure. It was a good learning experience for them. So thank you.
That's great. Thank you.
I appreciate you. There is the head coach, Travis Ford, the head coach of the Billikens. They win it over Drake, 83-75. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I want all hockey players to pay attention. We have a youth hockey explosion in this area, and there's a 3-on-3 tournament that you are going to want to be a part of. It's on March 11th, Centene Community Ice Center. Details next on KMOX.
Be a part of St. Louis's newest holiday tradition at the Rep. Journey into the magical wonderland of the timeless classic, A Christmas Carol. Performances November 18th through December 30th. Tickets on sale at repstl.org.
Whether you're looking to fill low spots in your lawn, backfill that new retaining wall, or mulch your trees and flower beds, St. Louis Composting has the compost, soil, or mulch you need to help your plants and garden look its very best. Visit our website, stlcompost.com, for more information.
Ophthalmology Associates, the offices of Dr. Greg Birdie and Ranjan Malhotra, are the doctor's doctors and St. Louis's premier LASIK providers. Hi, this is Rick Wallace. About 17 years ago, I turned my eye care over to Ophthalmology Associates and have never given a thought to going anywhere else. Dr. Greg Birdie has guided me through LASIK surgery, cataract surgery, treatment of dry eyes. He cares about me and my eyesight and is looking out for my best interests. He's not only my doctor, he's my friend. Dr. Birdie and Dr. Malhotra are corneal surgeons and attending physicians at Washington University. They're joined by Dr. Robert Brusati and Dr. Andrew Royer to provide you the best eye care in St. Louis. To get the best eye care, call the doctors today, 314-966-5000, or go to youridoc.com. Always on the leading edge of the absolute latest technology, that's Ophthalmology Associates, 12990 Manchester Road, half-mile west of 270, 314-966-5000, or youridoc.com.
The Vietnam War united and divided our nation. A fracture still felt 5 decades later. Vietnam at War and at Home, a new exhibit at Soldiers Memorial Military Museum, examines how the St. Louis region contributed to the dramatic storylines of this pivotal period of war, protest, tragedy, and change. From photos of the front lines to popular music, to the experiences of those who served and the refugees who fled and settled here, the exhibit illuminates the Vietnam era and offers connections to today.
If you've been lied to by Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine, hi, this is best-selling author Don Chamberlain from right here in Greater St. Louis, and I want to give you a copy of my new book, Crash Proof Wealth, because according to Time magazine, Wall Street's retirement plans and 401ks and IRAs have failed millions of Americans. After seeing the last market crash over 39%, I had enough. There may be a way to grow your money when the market goes up, potentially double digits in good years, reduce taxes, and have my principal protected if the market declines again. Call Chamberlain Group now to get my free book and talk to me personally to discover the strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose principal if the market declines again. Call 1-800-807-3838 to discover this asset, and I'll even cover shipping and handling. No credit card required. Call 1-800-807-3838. That's 1-800-807-3838. Again, 1-800-807-3838.
The Ascension Charity Classic in Norwood Hills Country Club is a great holiday gift. If you want a great gift for somebody, and they're, just stuff it in their stocking or wrap it up and put it under the tree, or give it for Hanukkah this coming week, the Ascension Charity Classic is a great holiday gift. It is the PGA Tour Champions event at Norwood Hills Country Club, September 5th through the 10th, and they have an excellent deal just for the month of December. It's a buy one, get one free. So if you get a grounds ticket, you get one free. A clubhouse ticket, which is a great deal, especially if it's a little warm, you get that second ticket free. The Ascension Charity Classic is an awesome event. John Daly, huge Cardinals fan, Steve Stricker, Ernie Els, Bernard Longer, Justin Leonard, many others will battle at the third annual Ascension Charity Classic presented by Emerson. It's one of the strongest fields in golf, and they benefit area youth in North St. Louis County and beyond, raising over $1 million just last year. A special holiday offer that ends in December. Get tickets, buy one, get one free at ascensioncharityclassic.com.
At Foundation Recovery Systems, we work on a lot of neighborhood homes, and we're proud to share some of what our customers have said about us.
I was having problems with water in my crawl space during heavy rains. I was concerned about mold and the air my family was breathing. I'm so happy I called. The problem was fixed, and I'm not stressed anymore.
Foundation Recovery Systems can keep your home and family safe. Visit FoundationRecoverySystems.com to book your free inspection. That's FoundationRecoverySystems.com.
Driven by the Bomarito Automotive Group, the voice of St. Louis, KMOX.
It's on Gunner. Big fly. Nolan Arenado.
Driving jam time. And the Billikens win this one. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Welcome back to Sports on a Sunday morning on America's Sports Voice, KMOX.
Well, this World Cup final is wild. It's now 2-2 in the 87th minute. As Mbappe has scored and tied this game. Just like that. After Messi opened it up and then Argentina took a 2-0 lead, Mbappe took over. Kylian Mbappe, the 23-year-old superstar, and it is 2-2 Argentina and France. We'll keep an eye on that. This is the Stiefel Sports Studio. It's Sports on a Sunday morning. And joining us on the line is Kim McNeil to discuss the 3v3 Tough Hockey Tournament supporting the Ross K. McNeil Foundation to end pediatric brain cancer. Kim, it's great to have you on KMOX Radio. How are you?
Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for having us.
It is great to have you. We are the home of sports here in St. Louis. And in fact, the Stanley Cup was once won on our airwaves. And now we get to celebrate an event coming up on March 11th at Centene Community Ice Center here in St. Louis with a chance to see some 3-on-3 hockey. This is exciting, and it goes for a great cause, doesn't it, Kim?
Thank you. We're really excited to be bringing our tournament to St. Louis for the first time. You are a perfect fit for us. St. Louis has an incredible reputation for being a very charitable town and a great hockey town. So you're a perfect fit, like I said. So this will be our first journey down to St. Louis. We got a phone call this summer from a great group of people who are friends to our foundation. Some have skated in our tournament in Chicago and invited us to bring it to St. Louis. And those people, who I'll give a shout out to Dee, Jason, Tina, Greg, Matt, and Sheila, have been working tirelessly to put together our tournament there at Centene. And March 11th is going to be here soon. So we're excited to invite anybody who's listening in the hockey world to join us.
This is what we do. We put on great events, and we help out those who bring great events to St. Louis. And we are, as you know by now, a hockey hotbed. I mean, the youth hockey has exploded in this area. So now that we have the parents' attention and the hockey players' attention, how do they do this? How do they register for this 3-on-3 tournament that we are announcing today, March 11th at Centene Community Ice Center? Because I'm certain that these slots are going to get filled up.
Thank you. We try to make it very easy. All you have to do is go to our website, which is r33m.org. And the registration tab there, about midway down our homepage, has a registration link. You go there, and it has everything that you need to know there. You can register your team now. It is open. It's 6U up to midget high school level. You can create your own team. The fun thing about 3v3 is pull your buddies together. This is a charity tournament. So it's 6 plus a goalie up to 9 plus a goalie on a team. So pull your buddies together and skate for a cause. It is boys and girls can skate, of course. You can sign up today, even if you don't know your roster yet. Go ahead and sign up. We'll help you fill in your roster as you get that confirmed. But go to r33m.org and sign up today just so you reserve your spot, because slots do fill up fast. That's also the place you can go to sponsor the event, because, of course, it takes a little bit to put on a hockey tournament. So any sponsorships are appreciated by us. And all of the information is found there, and we'd love to have you. So please take a moment, either before Christmas or right after Christmas, to hop on the website and get the information there.
Again, that site is r33m.org, r33m.org. RM stands for Ross McNeil.
Yes.
And tell me about Ross McNeil, as this foundation is dedicated to fighting pediatric brain cancer in the memory of 11-year-old Ross K. McNeil.
Thanks, Tom. Ross was my little boy, played hockey. So hockey is at the heart and at the root of our foundation. He was diagnosed when he was 7 years old and had just started playing travel hockey. 33 was his hockey number. So you're right, those are his initials, RM, and 33 is his hockey number. And so the very first fundraiser that we did was this 3-on-3 tournament. And hockey has been that sport and that group of people that has wrapped themselves around what we do and our mission to raise money for brain cancer research for children, because it is desperately underfunded. And so we have done this tournament now for 9 years. This tournament alone has raised about $250,000 for research our foundation has raised over $3.6 million for research and raising awareness, and that is what we're devoted to. So hockey is very special to us because Ross loved it, played it. The hockey community has embraced us at all levels, and we could not be more grateful for that support. And St. Louis included, we're excited for the relationships we have there, including the St. Louis Blues, and we really appreciate what it has done on behalf of the cause. Every day, 13 children are diagnosed with a brain tumor, and half of those children lose their life before they make it to middle school, and that's something that we are very devoted to changing those outcomes for children.
St. Louis is right here with you. R33M.org to end pediatric brain cancer. This is a 3-on-3 hockey tournament that you'll want to be a part of. R33M.org. Kim, thanks so much.
Tom, thank you. We appreciate the help. Thank you.
From the Stiefel Sports Studio, it's KMOX.
Hello, everybody. I'm John Rooney. Do you have an old car that's taking up room in the driveway? Repairs are costly and selling is a hassle? That's why you should donate it to Goodwill. Donating is quick and towing is free. Plus, you get a tax receipt and 4 tickets to a Cardinals game next year, compliments of the St. Louis Cardinals. That's a win-win. For more information or to donate, visit online at mersgoodwill.org. Must mention Cardinals.
I don't know how to ask.
They know what sounds are funny.
Or what smells are funky.
That's right. No one knows their furnace like they do. So go ahead, ask.
Okay. Is your furnace funky?
If it is, then make but one call.
And Jerry Kelly will be there the very next day.
Call anytime, 8 to 8, 8 days a week.
And Jerry Kelly will fix your furnace or install a new one the very next day.
JerryKelly.com.
So delicious in every bite. Dad's cookies, they taste so right.
Dad's cookies go mighty fast this time of year, so stock up next time you're shopping. And for an easy and unique gift for out-of-town family and friends, give them the sweet taste of a St. Louis tradition by ordering at dadscookies.com.
The taste made just for you.
And in stores everywhere.
Dad's Cookies.
dadscookies.com.
The heavy sigh. It's usually a sign of being overwhelmed, as if to say, I can't believe this is happening. Steve All at the All Financial Group has seen those feelings from the people who walk through his doors. If you feel overwhelmed about planning for retirement, call 636-230-8824 and get more details online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
Investment advisory services offered through All Financial Group, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuity products offered through Stephen All, Missouri license 8039738.
Just a stunning turn of events at the World Cup final. It is 2-2 Argentina and France. There were 8 minutes added. They are currently at 96 minutes. It has just been unreal. Argentina was the first to every ball in the opening moments and took a 2-0 lead, and France came back to tie it at 2. Now in the final moments, an unbelievable save by France just now to continue this on. It is 2-2, and Messi and Argentina trying to win this World Cup before penalty kicks. It is remarkable. Thanks for joining us. The Chiefs are next.
KMOX KEZK HD2 St. Louis.
This is KMOX, the trusted voice of St. Louis. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
The following is a presentation of the National Football League and the Chiefs Radio Network.
Touchdown, Kansas!